Yeah, hi, good evening. So today we are going to discuss about complete overview of full stack development, Python full stack development. So here we are going to discuss what is the Python full stack and what are the modules we are going to cover under Python full stack development, and each and everything will explain one by one. So first of all, we'll see what are the modules we are going to cover under Python full stack development. So the first module is Python programming language we are going to cover. After the Python programming language, second one is DJango Framework. And after that, third one is MySQL and GitHub and Jupyter. So first we are going to discuss these modules, and after that we are going to start about UI technologies. UI technologies or front-end technologies, both are same. Here we are going to cover HTML and CSS, JavaScript and jQuery and Bootstrap also. So these are the concepts we are going to cover under Python full stack development. So along with these modules, we are going to perform total 5 live projects. So from these 5 live projects, so first 2 projects we are going to develop by using Python and Python, Django and MySQL, and after that remaining 3 we are going to develop by using UI technologies. So total 5 live projects we are going to develop in our Python full stack development course. And daily 1 hour session will be there. 1 hour session, nothing but only 45 minutes session. After that, 15 minutes daily. If we have any queries or doubts about previous session, we are going to clear. And after this session, in case if we have any assignments, we are going to send regular assignments. And after that, class recording video also, daily offline or online, whatever. After the session, we are going to send you class recording video also for your reference. Why? Because different students are coming from different platforms like a non-technical, technical, electrical, civil, etc. So that's why we are going to provide class recording option also. And along with this, we are going to provide detailed course material also. Daily concept wise only we are going to provide. Assignments. Yes. So assignments daily after this session we are going to provide. For example, today one concept finished. Based on that concept, we are going to provide you few assignments. You have to complete the assignments. In case if you are interested, you can revert back with the same email only. Or otherwise, we can go for the next session only. Yeah. So this is about our course thing. And after the course, based on your education qualifications or based on your previous experience, for example, somebody are coming from BPO sector, somebody are coming from civil sector. For them, we are going to prepare you the resume. In case if any internship is required, we are going to arrange you the internship document also. Why? Because we have to fill the gap. For example, 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, whatever we are going to fill with internship documents only. So this is about our complete course structure. And now we are going to discuss what is the full stack development and what about Python. Everything will cover one by one. So before going to start about Python full stack development, first of all, we should know what is the web application. In our regular life, we are using number of web applications. For example, YouTube, Facebook, these all are web applications only. So just observe, any web application also divided into 2 parts only. First one is about front end and second one is back end only, front end and back end. So here what is the front end. For example, I'm going to open one Zoom website. So on the screen, they are going to display some kind of presentation like styles, images, etc. This is one user interface. Whenever we are going to open any application on the screen, whatever they are displaying, whatever we are able to see, it is front end only. So always we are going to use front end to attract the users only. For example, if I am going to use some odd colors, nobody visit your application. So always we have to develop one beautiful user interface. Then how to develop the front end? For this purpose, we are going to use UI technologies or front end technologies. With the help of UI technologies, we are going to develop our front end. And second one is about back end here. So simply we can say functionality, or otherwise we can say logics also, no problem. For example, whenever I'm going to click on my account, here so many options are there. For example, schedule option, automatical meeting will schedule. When I'm going to click on start meeting, meeting will be start. When I'm going to fill the form, automatically I will get the student details to my email ID through PDF format. Like this in our application, if you want a different type of features, compulsory in our application, we have to develop different type of functionalities. So each feature purpose, we have to develop different type of functionalities. Then how to develop these functionalities or logics? For this purpose, we are going to use Python programming language along with Django framework. In backend only, MySQL is the database. For any application also, database is mandatory nowadays. For example, I have one Facebook account. I'm trying to log in here. For example, username and password I have entered. Once we click on the login, it may take 2 to 3 seconds time. In case if details are correct, then only they will display our account, or otherwise simply they may return, please enter valid username, please enter valid password, etc. So in this time, what they will do in backend, they are going to check your login information in database. Database nothing but they are going to store users data in the form of tables format. So our data they are going to store in tables format only. If you are going to register is nothing but already you have registered, then only you are able to log in. Simply they will compare your login information with the registration information. If both are matched, then only they will display, or otherwise simply they may return these type of warnings only. So not only Facebook, any type of dynamic application also database is mandatory. So here we are going to cover MySQL database also. So these are the back-end technologies, and at the same way front-end technologies. For example, here I have joined only Python and Django course only. Then only we can develop back-end of your application, not complete application. Only we can develop back-end only, so that in our companies also will get the roles like web developer, or otherwise software developer, Python developer, and the Django developer, and backend developer. These kind of roles will get. Why? Because only we know backend technologies only. In case along with the Python, Django, if you know UI technologies or front-end technologies, you along with these roles, you will get full stack developer role also. Why? Because you are able to develop front-end and at the same way back-end as well. Then only will get the full stack. So then finally, who is the full stack developer? He is the person to develop both front-end and back-end of your application. From scratch onwards, complete application developed by full stack developer only. So in full stack development, number of full stacks are there: Python full stack, Mern full stack, Java full stack, .NET full stack. So any full stack also nowadays huge demand will be there, especially who wants to start their career in software development platform. So here What about the Python and what about DJango? We'll start now. So now our first module is Python. So here, what is the Python? So Python is a programming language. So like Python, we have different type of programming languages are there. For example, Java or otherwise C programming, PHP. Like this number of programming languages are there. By using any type of programming language also, we can develop different type of logics or functionalities for your application only. So why Python? Why we have to choose with Python? Why? Because here Python is open source. Open source nothing but it is a free software only. So if you want to install Python, no need to pay anything. We have Python official website, python.org. This is the Python official website. From this website, within 5 to 10 seconds, we can download and we can install Python in our device. And the second thing is, to start your career with Python, there is no coding knowledge or programming knowledge is required. For example, I'm going to start with Java. Compulsory, I need a few basics about C programming or other knowledge. But here, to start with Python, there is no coding knowledge is required. That's why especially who are coming from non-technical education or non-technical work experience, people are going to choose Python as their first preference only. And at the same way, compared to other programming languages, Python coding also completely different. For example, when we observe C or Java programming, every time we are going to mention this type of curly braces or end of the line semicolons. So this type of code we have to write. But in Python, it is completely opposite. No need to use these type of things. For example, here also, if you are going to use the same, then why I have to learn the Python? Already I have some existing programming languages. That's why in any programming language also concepts are same, but here the way of implementation is different. For example, I'm going to write one program, sum of two numbers. So two numbers addition I'm going to write. So by using Java, if I'm going to write some 6 different lines of code, the same program I'm going to finish in Python like 2 to 3 lines only. So here, as a normal user without any knowledge, which one will you choose, 6 lines of code or 2 lines of code? Obviously, people will go with 2 lines of code only. Why? Because in case in any application, if code length is less, then automatically it improves your application performance. If code is less, automatically it will load easily. It improves your application performance. And the second one is debugging process also easy. So here bug is nothing but error. Debugging nothing but we are going to fix the errors only. So if we have less code, easily we can fix the errors, and application maintenance also easy. So like this, a number of advantages are there. That's why all the companies are going to prefer Python as their backend programming language. And the second one is Python is platform independent. So what is the platform independent? So for example, here my program is ready. And now I want to check the output. I want to check the result. If you want to check the output, compulsory we have to execute this program. So if we are going to execute by using Python software, we can execute the program. And in our system, we have a command prompt. By using command prompt also, we can execute. In online, we have Jupyter. By using Jupyter also, we can execute. And we have some tools like Python. So like this, number of platforms are there to work out with your programs. So no need to execute your programs only by using Python or only by using command prompt. You can use any platform also, no problem. That's why Python also called platform independent. And the third one is Here, by using Python, we can develop different type of applications. For example, we can develop web applications, we can develop desktop applications. In testing environment also people are using, in graphic user interface also people are using. Like this, in number of platforms are there. Simply you can work out with the Python only. So here, web application, for example, Facebook, YouTube, these all are web applications. Why? Because we are going to open these application in online only. So there is no particular device is required. Only we need internet connectivity only. And the second one is desktop applications. For example, I went to shopping, they have some billing system. Only they will open in their device only. Why? Because they are going to install in particular device. So like this, web applications and desktop applications and testing environment also. For example, some companies are manufacturing computer hard disk or otherwise RAMs, microchips, etc. Once a manufacture completed, when they are going to deliver, before they have to perform the testing. While testing, they are going to use different type of tools only. Yes, you can use any operating system or any configuration also, no issues. We'll tell you, no problem. So here, before they are going to deliver, they are going to perform, they have to perform testing only. In testing, they are going to use different type of testing tools are available in market. But in every testing tool also, they have to write some logics. So previously, everybody are used Java with Selenium, but nowadays everybody converted to Python with Selenium only. So like this, if you know the Python, you can try in development platform, testing platform, in data science, like data visualization. So like this, number of options are available. Based on our interest, we are going to focus. In case if you want to start your career as a development end, then compulsory we have to go with Python, DJango, along with UI technologies only. So this is about small overview of the Python. And now here you can see, for example, I don't have any knowledge about Python, how to write the program, how to install the software, where we have to write the program. For this, you can see here, if you want to install Python, first go to Google and enter Python download. You can observe here what is the first website, python.org. This is the Python official website. Just open this and directly they will show you the download option with the latest version. Currently Python 3.10.7 is the latest version. So you just click on download. With a single click, download will be started. For example, once the download finished, just to double click on downloaded file so that they will show you run option. Run or otherwise install now option. Just to click on that. After 5 seconds, they will show you directly finish option only. So with the two simple clicks without any knowledge, we can install Python in our device. So not only Windows, in Linux also we can work out with Python only, no issues. It is not related to particular operating system. For example, by default in my device is Windows. That's why they are showing like this. For example, if I am going to use different operating system, here only we have different operating systems are there. So you can select the particular version and you can download. So like this, we can download Python in our device. Once installed, then where we have to write the program? For this, go to search and enter IDLE. So here is the Python software. Just to open this, so that one new window will be opened on the screen. And here they are showing my current version also. In my device, I'm using Python 3.9.8. So current version is Python 3.10 so on so. But Python 3 is the latest version. In Python 3, you can use any version also, no problem. So here we can write our program. For example, here I wrote some ABC. Again, I want to write one more line. Just to enter, we can see directly first line executed. But if you want to develop any type of application, we have to write n number of lines. But here they are allowing us to write only single line only. But where we have to write multiple lines of code? For this purpose, we have to create one separate file. So just go to file and click on new file here. And inside of the file, you can write n number of lines. After that, save this file. For example, save. So on desktop, I'm going to save my file and my file name is demo. So demo dot, end of the file name, we have to mention .py extension. So py nothing but Python. If you want to save any Python file, end of the name, we have to use .py extension. So just click on save. Observe here demo.py save. Now just to check the desktop. So here demo.py Python file created. So in case if you want to edit this file, just to right click on this file, you will find the option edit with IDLE. Just to click on it and you can edit code. After that, save the file. So now my program is ready. I want to check output. For this, we have to run this program. Just to go to run and click on run module, or otherwise you can press F5 also, no problem. But in some devices, we have to press Control F5. In few devices, only F5 is mandatory. So just you can see here, when I click on run module, simply they are showing some error. For example, in my program, some 1000 lines of code is available, but they are showing some error where we have to check. That's why they are providing line number. So in line number 1, name error is available. Here they are displaying error information also. For example, here there is no error. So run this. You can see here no errors. Directly they are trying to display output. But here there is no program, right? That's why they are not displaying anything. So this is about the process, how we are going to install Python, how to create the file, and how to write the program, and how to run the file. So with the simple steps only, we can work out with Python here. And that's why you can see here we have used Control F5, or otherwise you can use only F5, or otherwise just click on run module. No issues. You can use any option also to run the program. So in case in your file, if we have errors, they will display error information, or otherwise directly they will display output only. Output. So here you can see if we have errors, they will display error, or otherwise directly they will display output. So that's why here Python is interpreted programming language. Python also called interpreted programming language. So what is the interpreted programming language? When it comes to other programming languages, first we have to write the program. Once the program is done, we have to compile nothing but we have to check for the errors. After compile, we are going to execute the file. So here you can see total 2 steps we have to perform one by one. But here in Python, both the compile and execution will be done at a time. If we have errors, they will display error, or otherwise directly they will display output. These 2 steps will be performed in a backend by interpreter. That's why here Python also called interpreted programming language. These are the different type of features of Python programming. Like this, number of features are there compared to other programming languages. And here our Python course is divided into 2 parts. First one is core Python and the second one is advanced Python. So here core Python nothing but all the basic concepts from scratch onwards, from installation onwards, how to write the program, how to write the logic, how to write the condition. Like this, all the basics we are going to cover under core Python only. Why? Because if we are going to develop any type of application, first we should know the basics. That's why all the basics will cover under core Python. Once core Python is done, now we have a clarity how to work out with Python programming, how to run the programs, how to write the conditions, etc. So when we are going to develop any type of application, we need few advanced concepts. Those advanced concepts we are going to cover under advanced Python only. So first to basics, after that advanced concepts. Now, for example, Python is completed. Now we have complete clarity how to write the logic. But in application development, where we have to write this code, where we have to write these logics, for this purpose, Python only introduced one special framework is called Django framework only. In 2003, Python introduced, it is also open source only. So what is the framework and why we have to use? Whenever we are going to use any type of programming language also, compulsory we have to use one program on framework only. So here for Python, they developed Django framework. In Django also, we are going to use only Python code. No need to learn anything new. Here by using Django framework, they are going to provide you complete structure of your application only. For example, I'm a visitor. I'm going to enter one application URL www.kbc.com. So simply I have entered in the browser. So immediately in my application backend, this request will forward it to URLs file. So in my application also we have URL, home page, service page, etc. So simply visitor entered URL is matched with my application URL, then request will move to next level, or otherwise if both are mismatched, they will return some type of errors on the screen. For example, visitor entered URL is matched with my application URL. Immediately, they will forward your request to next level is called views level. So here, views are nothing but logics or functionality. By using Python, we are going to write our logics in views file only. So views are going to decide what kind of presentation you want to display on the screen. For example, views received and views are going to forward this request to next level is called templates. Templates nothing but presentation. So about us page, home page, service page, etc. So finally, these templates are going to display a response on the screen. Observe here, as a visitor, we just entered the URL, but in backend, these many files with a different type of connections are involved. Is it possible to create all these files with connections manually? Not possible. Then how to create? For this purpose only, Python introduced Django framework. With a single command, within the 2 to 3 seconds, we can create entire structure of your application. Only by using Python, you have to replace your URLs, you have to replace your views and templates only. Remaining complete structure will be provided by Django framework. So here is the Django. So now Python with the Django framework, we can develop entire application backend only. And for this application, we need database also. So by default in Django, they will provide you one inbuilt free database is called SQLite 3. Sir, but I don't know anything about SQL. Then how to work with SQLite 3? No worries. Here, no need to learn SQL. Why? Because it is inbuilt in our Python. With the help of Python code only, we are going to work with SQLite 3. But when it comes to interviews, sometimes our client may ask you, except inbuilt database, what are the databases you know? For this purpose, we are going to cover one free and very easy database is called MySQL. Under MySQL, we are going to discuss how to install MySQL, how to create the database, inside the database, how to create tables, how to perform updates, deletions, and after that, how to connect MySQL with our application. Everything we are going to cover under database concepts only. So once Python and Django and database is completed, then our backend technologies are completed. Now we are perfect into backend. So you can try interviews from here onwards. No need to wait for entire course completion. Once the backend technology is completed, we can start. And after backend, we are going to focus on about front-end technologies also. So what are the front-end technologies are available? Front-end technologies are HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, and Bootstrap. So these front-end are UI technologies, both are same only. So by using this, we are going to develop front-end of our application. So here, first one is about HTML. So what is the HTML and why we have to use? By using HTML, we can design our application layouts only. For example, I'm planning to develop one application. So here my requirement is left side, I want to mention my logo. After that, here home, about, services. Like this, I want to mention one menu. After that, I want to scroll few banners related to my service. Here I want to display welcome heading, some paragraph text. Right side, I want to mention registration form. So like this, if you want to design your layout, simply you can work out with HTML only. But in HTML, it looks like completely raw data. So there is no look and feel, there is no styles. If you want to add some styles for your application, we have to use CSS, cascading style sheets. By using CSS, we can provide some rich look for your application. So observe here, before CSS, it looked like plain data only. But once the CSS added, completely look has been changed. And after that, the third one is about Bootstrap. Nowadays, everybody are using smartphones or tabs or laptops. So different devices having different screen resolutions only. So based on device, automatically your application should be minimized. For example, observe here, this is our Python website. So now I opened in laptop, that's why menu also they are showing horizontally. And now I'm going to open in mobile view. Here you can see menu came one by one only, and page data also based on this size automatically minimized, right? So is called responsive or device friendliness. If you want to develop responsive applications, we have to work out with Bootstrap. And after the Bootstrap, next one we are going to work out with JavaScript. So in your front end, if you want to develop, if you want to add some functionality, for example, here one registration form is available. First name field, phone number, and email ID field is available. So instead of phone number, if visitor entered email ID, I want to display, please enter valid phone number, please enter valid email ID. Like this, if you want to add functionalities in your front end, you just work out with JavaScript here. And after that, jQuery. So in your application, if you want to add some animations, for example, observe here, I have opened one website, automatically image came, after that some titles. And after some time, image changed, again titles and one button also came. So this is one type of animation only. So like this in your application, if you want to add different type of animations, you just work out with jQuery here. So like this, by using UI technologies or front-end technologies, we are going to focus on only front-end only. And by using Python, Django, and MySQL, all backend technologies, we are going to develop your backend of your application. So now front-end technologies are done and backend is done. So when we are going to launch our application, we gave our project files to server admin. He is going to launch. For example, today we have launched our application. Just assume this is the first version. After 2 months, I am going to add few new features in my application. Just to consider second version only. Like this, if you want to maintain different versions of your application also, you can use GitHub only. So by using GitHub, we can maintain different versions of your application. And at the same way, we can collaborate as a team also. For example, if I join in one company, so here is my project and the team leader is going to assign one module to you and another module for another person. Like this, we are going to collaborate as a team with the help of GitHub only. So like this, all the front end and the back end technologies we are going to cover under Python full stack development only. So this is about small overview about what is Python full stack and what are the modules we are going to cover. If you have any queries, please let me know, guys.